So we're talking about acupuncture. We're talking about acupuncture. Acupuncture is 3,000 years old. 3,000 years. Can you imagine? How long is Western medicine, pharmaceutical and stuff like that? How long have they been around? 100 years? I don't know. Around there, isn't it? So, something that has worked for 3,000 years compared to something which is only about 100 years old. Which one do you think is better? Which one do you think is proven to work for centuries, not decades, centuries? So, as the topic of today suggests, that we have been misled for a long time. So, today I want you to open your mind. Open your mind. Look at things not from the inside of what you've been fed, but look at things from the outside, outside the box. All right. What about electroacupuncture? Well, acupuncture by itself is already good, but with electroacupuncture, it becomes even more effective. Okay, because thousands of years ago, you don't have electricity, right? Unlike now. Now you have. So they added this electricity current, small current, to the end of the needle, and then they started using it just like acupuncture points, but with the electricity. And this started around what, 1930s, 1940s, and so on. And some say it's the Japanese, some say it's the Chinese, some say it's the Germans. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's been around for decades. All right. And it's proven to be very effective. Okay, so let me go on. There are many points why acupuncture and why electroacupuncture specifically has proven to be very effective. So before I introduce to you this wonderful device, okay, it's all wired up. Let me take out the wire. Before I introduce to you this wonderful device and what it can do for you, let me talk first about what are the scientific basis for electroacupuncture and acupuncture. I have highlighted basically 5 points, all right? 5 points, which I think any one of them will warrant you to purchase one of the device, all right? Any one of them. But I give you 5, okay? The first one is stem cells. And this is the stem cells journal. And what it says is this: electroacupuncture promotes central nervous system dependent release of mesenchymal stem cells. So what it's saying is that electroacupuncture can actually promote the release of stem cells in your body. And what does stem cells do? Stem cells are undifferentiated cells. They have no function, but when they go to your organ, it becomes that particular organ cells. So from undifferentiated, it becomes differentiated. So if it goes to your heart, becomes heart cells. If it goes to your liver, becomes liver cells, pancreas cells, and so on. So it's really clever, right? Undifferentiated becomes differentiated. That's why stem cells therapy is so great and expensive, isn't it? But here, it will be able to promote or stimulate your own body's stem cells. Now, isn't that wonderful? So that's point number 1. Point number 2 is this Nature journal. Nature is the journal that doctors, medical doctors rely on. That's the number 1 up there. Okay. Now, here it says in 2021 October, electroacupuncture activates neurons to switch off inflammation. Wow. I mean, you feel pain, you feel, a lot of stuff going on in your body. In fact, chronic inflammation leads to diseases, right? Because of the environment, because of the food, because of everything that we put into our body, consciously, subconsciously, it causes a lot of inflammation. All right. And if you don't take care of it, well, you can have a myocardial infarction, you can have all kinds of rheumatoid arthritis, and the list just goes on. It's a very big list, all caused by chronic inflammation. So here Electroacupuncture activates neurons to switch off inflammation. And this is from the #1 journal used by medical doctors called Nature. Third reason, this is from PubMed, National Institutes of Health, US government website. Acupuncture, now we're talking about acupuncture, right? Enhances generation of nitric oxide and increases local circulation. Wow. Circulation. Why? Why is this so important? Circulation brings nutrients, right? Your bloodstream going everywhere to feed the organs, the cells, right? So you need nutrients for your cells. And how do you do that? Well, enhances circulation because of nitric oxide. Isn't it wonderful? Okay. Number 4, acupuncture and its ability to restore and maintain immune homeostasis. Our immune system is a great thing. It can become activated and it can get rid of all these unwanted elements in our body, but overactive is also a problem. Okay, so the highlight below is too small. So what I've done is I've taken the liberty to give you a bigger one, a bigger picture. Fortunately, evidence suggests that acupuncture can bidirectionally regulate the immune system to maintain immune homeostasis. In cases of immunosuppressive diseases, for example, like cancer, acupuncture has an enhancing effect on immunity. Wow, this is huge, guys. All right. So point number 4, huge, right? Conversely, in autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, acupuncture has been observed to have an immunosuppressive effect, which helps restore normal immune tolerance. So in other words, whether it's under, over, well, it will regulate, it will balance your immune system. Now, moving on. All right, point number 5 later on. So here you can see that electroacupuncture can actually take care of a lot of these problems. All right, to summarize it, wow, it's basically A to Z, right? You can see from alopecia all the way. I won't read it, all right? It's just far too many. Essentially, it's this, guys. Acupuncture has been around for 3,000 years. It has been utilized to cure many, many diseases even before the so-called Western medication came in. Isn't it amazing? So when people ask me, oh, I have this problem, that problem, that problem, that problem, can I be healed? I say, go try it. It's thousands of years behind it. The science is thousands of years behind it. All right. If you're so worked out about science, well, the science is 3,000 years old. You got to try it to believe it. All right. So these are all the main reasons. And let me go on now. Okay. This is the device. Taking a picture of it. And it comes in a nice box packaging. And apart from this wonderful device, okay, it also comes with this thing, all right? And you're supposed to touch on your skin, palm, back, front, and see whether you feel any sensation. There are 2 types of sensation that generally people will feel. One is vibration. That means it's onset problem. The other one is pain. That means, wow, there is a blockage. So these are the 2 types of sensations. But what do they mean? Well, let me now highlight to you. Okay. But before I go into detail, this is where we exclude, right? We exclude these classes of people. Those people who are strictly forbidden to use Aculife I-Doc. If they have pacemaker, they're pregnant, child under 3 years old, patient with malignant tumors, patient with hemorrhagic tendencies, they bleed easily, patient with tuberculosis, and chronic alcoholic. Guys, this is the chart that is, you can download it as well from the internet. These are all points in acupuncture that connects all over your body with what they call meridians. So these meridians, they are energy pathways. They are different from what we study in biology and physiology, right? About your system, your organs connected by arteries, nerves, veins, and capillaries, and everything else, right? Different, totally different. The concept of acupuncture dates back 3,000 years old, started in China. It's about energy pathways. And these meridians, if they are blocked, then when you touch on a particular point, that point will tell you, okay, it's for gallbladder, this is for your heart, this is for your eyes, this is for your kidneys, left and right, this is for your bank. You get a picture, right? So every point that is linked to certain parts of your body organs will be in the front or at the back of your palm and hand. Okay. And acupuncture points are in the ears and all over your body, right? But just here and here alone covers almost all. So that's why it's very convenient for us just to go through by connecting to this device, right? And see where the pain is or the sensation is, and then refer to the chart. That is the easiest way. When you first get the device, that is. Okay. Now, the beautiful thing is this device can diagnose. Yeah, I love this. It can diagnose, meaning it can tell you what is your problem even before the problem occurs. Like in my case, I just give you an example. I got it and I touch on my diabetic point. I'm not a diabetic type 2 or no, I don't have issues with that, right? But I touched on it and I felt a sensation. Wow, immediately, I stopped drinking sugary drinks. Any kind of sugary drinks from, I'm in the Philippines right now. You've got pineapple juice, you've got iced tea, you got, all kinds of, I'm not even talking about the milk tea and everything else. No sugar, everything. So for 5 weeks after that, I just went on completely, if I had to drink, it's only water. I only drink water. And after that, when I touch, after 5 weeks, I didn't feel any more sensation. So what does that mean? It means that when I touched it, I felt something that was onset early, pre-diabetic kind of thing. And then when I touched it again a few weeks later, I was able to reverse it simply by just changing my diet. So guys, prevention is better than cure, isn't it? Right? I didn't need any medication. In fact, I don't take any medication. I'm very happy at 60 years old. I don't have any medication. Thank God for that. All right. And now with this wonderful device, I'm able to treat myself every day, right? I just touch from point to point and strengthen my organs. I stimulate them. Because remember, the first 4 points that I mentioned earlier and the fifth one, I'm going to touch on in a short while. All right. So here, you have the front and the back, and there are many, many organs, right, in your body that you can, well, hopefully you don't feel any sensation, but unfortunately, no one is perfect. Everyone who is being diagnosed, even the healthiest of healthiest, all right, you think you are healthy, and when you get diagnosed, you'll be surprised. You'll be able to find out something, right? Could be alarming, could be an early detection warning to you, but it will help you. So this wonderful device is able to diagnose and it's able to treat. So essentially, it has levels. That means the current is from level 1 to level 15. And initially, when you use it, you go on a lower level, level 1, level 2. And then as you progress, you're able to withstand the sensation, the pain. It's not pain, it's just sensation, right? You're able to go up the level. That means the blockage is reduced. All right, you're getting better. And you know you're getting better when you have a burst of energy, right? You cannot fake this, guys. Guys, can you fake if you're not healthy? Can you pretend to be healthy? I don't know how to pretend to be healthy, right? Because you look at the person's eyes, a person who is healthy, the way they look at you, the you know, and the aura, the energy. You cannot fake all those things. You cannot fake it. So when you are healthy, you know you are healthy. And not only that, people know you are healthy, okay, when they look at you, right? So you will slowly get better and you will definitely get stronger, okay? Now, many people, especially guys, when we get older, we have issues with our prostate. And later, I'm going to show you some evidence of guys who have tested it and how it has helped them. And hopefully, you are willing to try it and it will help you too. So, this is a wonderful, amazing device that, yeah, I have no problem recommending because it works. It really does. Okay, let me just go on now and share with you more. Okay, so here we go. Right. So this is the chart that shows it comes in a box, by the way. All right. And next, I want to introduce to you is the number 5. Remember, I said there are 5 reasons. The vagus nerve. It helps to stimulate the vagus nerve. So, what is the vagus nerve? A lot of people don't know what is the vagus nerve. So, let me give a few minutes to explain. It's actually one of the most important organ in our body, if you can call it an organ. Vagus nerve is spread all over your body. And you can see the yellow thing, it's connected all over your body. That's the vagus nerve. Actually, it's not vagus nerve as in one nerve. It's actually comprises of 80,000 nerves. Inside the vagus nerve, you have about 80,000 nerves. Wow. What does it do? Well, the vagus nerve is an integral part of, by the way, I'm using the WebMD, and it's credible, right? WebMD. The vagus nerve is an integral part of your autonomic nervous system. That means everything is automatic. Like you know how to breathe, right? You know how to respond, and all those things are automatic. So it's the autonomous nervous system, autonomic nervous system. Okay. Now, what does the vagus nerve do? If you look on the right hand side, so I'll cut short a bit, and you can see it regulates your heart rate. Is that important? Of course, right? If it doesn't regulate your heart rate, some of you will have fast heartbeat, rapid heartbeat, or slow, right? And nowadays, after the COVID, you find that a lot of people have some kind of rapid heart rate, right? Like they call it SVT, supraventricular tachycardia, palpitation, and you find it very hard to breathe. So vagus nerve regulates your heart rate, taste, speech, skin sensations, muscle sensations, immune response. Wow. Respiratory rate, your lungs, right? Blood pressure. How many of you suddenly after COVID, the blood pressure spikes? Okay. Mucus production, saliva production, digestion, frequency of urination, mood, and actually the list goes on. But guys, the vagus nerve is so vital and so important that signs that something could be wrong. And look at the list, it's such a variety. Something could be wrong with your vagus nerve because there are 80,000 nerves inside the vagus nerve. It's so hard to pinpoint to where the problem lies. You know what I mean? So here, if you have these symptoms, acid reflux, abdominal pain, bloating, lack of a gag reflex, difficulty swallowing, dizziness, fainting, hoarse voice, wheezing, unexplained weight loss, loss of appetite, feeling full after eating very little, nausea, vomiting, chronic mood issues or disorders, and it goes on. What condition affects your vagus nerve? Well, scientists are still studying, but it may also affect your mental health. Wow. You see, because the yellow portion of the diagram It's everywhere. Even your mental Alzheimer. That's what they're saying. Alzheimer. And it goes on, right? So let me just fast forward. It's a lot to cover here. So this TAVNS, right? This TAVNS, T stands for transcutaneous and A stands for auricular. So transcutaneous means anything that touches the skin and it runs through the skin. That's transcutaneous. Auricular means anything with the ear is auricular. So that's why it's called TA, stands for transcutaneous auricular vagus stimulation. Okay, so that's where you have TAVNS. So that's the short form, all right? TAVNS. So what does TAVNS do? Well, first, it can improve your memory. The TAVNS can improve your memory. And this is the studies done, right? And it shows that TAVNS was applied to the left posterior tragus during reading of short passages, and they found that TAVNS group exhibited better passage recall than the sham TAVNS. The comprehension, there's no change, all right? That means comprehension is what? You study and you answer. There's no change. But the memory, that has changed. And look at below. Baseline memory was significantly correlated with memory recall performance. So it can help people to improve their memory, which is the problem with Alzheimer, dementia. Am I right? So there you go. TAVNS can help. Then TAVNS improves human working memory performance under sleep deprivation. So they did this test and they deprived them from sleep. And because they had this TAVNS, their memory is improved. Okay. So what is this TAVNS? Well, our device, apart from the acupuncture, you can also just clip this to your ears. Okay. Just clip this to your ears and then connect to the device and just turn it on. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever, right? Just enjoy. And with this stimulation, your vagus nerves, its efficacy and effectiveness will improve. Isn't it wonderful? Your memory will improve, as I've shown you. And not only that, when you are experiencing this TAVNS stimulation thing, you will feel happy, relaxed. Your mood is so good. Your aura is so good because it's going to help release endorphins as well. All right. And that is your good hormone that makes you happy. And when you're happy, you're healthy. Right? When you are sick or depressed, unhappy, stress is the worst killer, right? You will have your body producing like cortisol and it's going to tense everything up. Vagus nerve inflammation contributes to, so if you don't take care of your vagus nerve inflammation contributes to dysautonomia. Okay, dysautonomia, that's how you pronounce it, in COVID-19. Wow. So now, after this COVID pandemic, they have found that this COVID-19 virus has caused inflammation in your vagus nerve that contributes to a condition called dysautonomia. So let's see what this dysautonomia is all about. Okay, and this is from the Cleveland Clinic. Dysautonomia is a nervous system disorder that disrupts autonomic body processes. Wow, it disrupts your autonomic body. Remember what I said about the vagus nerves function? It's about the autonomic, right, system, isn't it? Like your heartbeat, your breathing, you don't have to think or worry about it. It just knows, all right? So these are automatic functions like your blood pressure and heart rate. Having dysautonomia means these functions don't work properly, causing disruptive symptoms, and these symptoms are often manageable, but diagnosing and treating the dysautonomia is sometimes difficult. Let's go on. A joint study by Feinstein Institutes and Karolinska Institute details the connection between SARS-CoV, COVID-19, the vagus nerve, and hyperinflammation. Okay, I want you to focus on this hyperinflammation. A hallmark of fatal SARS-CoV-2 infection, COVID-19, is cytokine storm, an increase in inflammatory proteins within the body that can lead to respiratory distress and organ failure. Wow. Guys, I hope I'm not frightening you enough, but it's the truth, all right? This is science. If you believe in science, this is what it's saying, isn't it? The COVID-19, I don't know how many of you have COVID. I had COVID once, all right? I got 3 shots, but I had COVID once. And so it's could have affected my vagus nerve too. But then now I have this to help me to counter it, isn't it? And if you look at the second paragraph, this paper titled Vagus Nerve SARS-CoV-2 Infection and Inflammatory Reflex Dysfunction. Is there a causal relationship? So this document says there is. There is a causal relationship. So they blame it on COVID-19. Now, conditions and disorders. What diseases or conditions involve cytokines? Remember the overproduction, right? Overproduction of this, right? A hallmark of fatal SARS-CoV infection is cytokine storm, an increase in inflammatory proteins. So when you have this increase in inflammatory proteins, what happens? Cytokines are so essential to your immune system that they play a role in most conditions and diseases that may affect you. Typically, cytokines help you to keep you infection-free. However, too much of it is no good. If your immune system releases too many cytokines in response to an infection or treatments like immunotherapy, you may develop cytokine release syndrome, also called a cytokine storm, the one that I showed you before. So too much inflammation can lead to, what are the conditions? Number one, autoimmune disease. Wow, that's huge, right? Autoimmune, like lupus, autoimmune diseases. There's a lot there. Metabolic disorders. Metabolic disorders involves problems with metabolism, the process that allows your body to transform food into energy and remove waste from your body. So suddenly you eat so little and you put on weight. You don't know why. Okay. Cancer. This is huge, right? That is probably the second or third killer. If you look at the heart problem, the stroke, that is lumped together, that is number one killer. Then next will be cancer. Okay. Sepsis. With sepsis, your body's inflammatory response is so extreme that you experience reduced blood flow to your major organs. Sepsis can be fatal without emergency medical treatment. So, guys, this is another document from ScienceDirect.com, credible as well. And it says here, there's a link. Vagus nerve dysfunction caused by COVID-19. Okay? And another one, Forbes magazine. All right? New insights into long COVID point to damage to the vagus nerve. There you go. How many of you have had COVID? Well, this is the report. And it says here, from March 2020 to the emergence of the Omicron variant in late 2021, okay, about 3.5 billion COVID infections and reinfections. Guys, almost close to half the world's population had COVID. Problems with their vagus nerve. Don't you think you should do something? Can you afford it? Or can you afford not to buy it? Because the most expensive thing is not this. The most expensive thing is the hospital bed waiting for you. Something I wouldn't wish for you or your family. But can you do something about it? The answer is yes. You can help yourself, you can help your family with just this simple device, scientifically proven. I've proven, you know, 5 points I've told you what this device can do for your body, right? Is there still any doubt? Guys, you spend a lot of money and you buy expensive cell phone and everything, and then you don't want to spend a little just to take care of your body, and you want to expose yourself to a hospital bed. Wow. So this is not expensive item. This is actually saving you tons of money. My purpose in life is to help humanity. And I find this wonderful device can do it. Every home needs one. And if you haven't got it yet, you should. If you're still not convinced after I've, elaborated so much scientific thing and trying to convince you, please talk or see the person who actually introduced you to this Zoom meeting and get yourself diagnosed. All right? And try the ear clip and try the treatment. It will transform you. Even for a short meeting, it will already prove to you that this thing works. This is the factory, the manufacturer. It's from Taiwan. This company started in 1999. It's been there around, right? That is the founder. That is the chairman, Terry. All right. Terry Chiang. And he's 63 years old, very healthy, right? He came from this traditional Chinese medicine background. That's why when this was first invented, he went to see all the doctors in Taiwan, and he told the doctors that, hey, my device can diagnose and my device can treat. And the doctors laughed at him and said, if that is true, then there's no work for us. Right? So they ridiculed him, and he told himself that he had to get the US FDA, because if he gets the US FDA approval, nobody can sneer at him or laugh at him, or so everyone will be convinced. So this is how it is. Okay. So this is Mr. Terry Chiang. And guys, wow, I've never seen a company with so many registrations. So medical device patents in Taiwan, in China, in USA, in Korea, in Japan, and also ISO 13485 from the UK, SGS. ISO, there are many types from 9001 to so many, right? And this ISO 13485 is specifically for medical device. It's in that category to say that it is safe. And that's how they investigate and before they grant you the certification. Okay. Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, Russia, Australia, and Germany, and even WHO endorses. So a lot of people will say, yeah, okay, sounds good. Any testimonies? Right? People love testimonies. Okay, you can join the Facebook group, or you can, in the chat section, there is a link tree. Copy and paste it somewhere in your computer or phone, and go watch so many videos. And these are some of the videos. These are all the testimonies, and yeah, now we are getting more and more testimonies. All right, and this is my good friend, TY, and he's very influential guy, because if you're in the Philippines, Cam Aguinaldo, he's the advisor to the golf club. Okay, and that's the golf club that all the generals play, all the politicians, congressmen, they all get an honorary membership. All right. So, and opposite Camp Aguinaldo is Camp Crame, which is the police. All right. So they all congregate there. So this guy, he's a very influential guy. And it took me almost 2 months, even though he's my good friend, right? He's so busy. It took me almost 2 months to grab him down. And the first day we were in the restaurant, and he just tested the ear clips. Okay. He just tested the ear clips for 30 minutes and listened to him. So yesterday you use it for more than half an hour?
Yeah, 30 minutes maybe.
On the ear clips, right?
Yeah.
On the ear clips.
And then I slept 7 hours, 45 minutes.
Wow, you had a good sleep last night, huh? Amazing. And there's a general beside him. He's introducing to many more generals. He slept 7 hours and 45 minutes. That's what the watch says. It's amazing. Okay. And he used to wake up a few times and he said he didn't wake up. He slept right through. And it's like, wow, even his prostate has improved, right? So he is now promoting, right? He's now promoting. And a guy like him doesn't have to promote, but he believes now, you know? So he's sharing with the generals. And later you will see in the Facebook more photos of generals coming up soon, okay? This guy is amazing. Now, it doesn't stop there. So we have others as well. And we're lucky because with us, I know among the viewers today is also this gentleman here, right? He's amazing. And I just met him recently. And Warren has hernia and prostate problem.
Hello, my name is Warren Cook, and I've been living here in the Philippines for about a year. I married my wonderful wife, and I was from California, and we got married on March 5th, and but on March 1st, I developed a hernia before we got married. And I tried all kinds of things to do something about it. And I was wanting to avoid the surgery. And I heard that it's possible that this machine could help. And just after one night, I noticed that one side is all the way down and the other side is starting to shrink, which it's a real blessing. So I will update you on how the progress is of that. But the other big thing is that for years, I've been getting up 3 or 4 times per night to use the CR. And Sunday morning, I woke up at 6 a.m. I did not use the CR all night long. And I went, wow, that's amazing. And my wife really enjoyed that too, because every time I get out of bed, it wakes her up. So that's wonderful.
And by the way, it comes with a 2-year warranty. 2-year warranty.